Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome back to my channel. Today we are planning the first week of the year, New Year's Eve week, using a Scribble Prints Co kit called Cheers, which was my New Year's Eve art that I did last year now. And it's like a Paris romantic theme, and I just thought I would do something, I don't know, a bit different, bit glamorous for me, because the last New Year's Eve arts that I did were all like hollow, party, like being at home kind of stuff. So this is a little bit different, and I brought in a bunch of gold foil, some star overlays, and a little bit of luxe because I had these sparkle stuff. I think you would have seen all of this foil that I pulled out while I was, when I did my January kit lineup, I'm pretty sure, but you can see it all here. Yeah, so we're gonna get into the base in a second, but I will point out that I'm using my new planner for this year. I have switched to Caress Press A5 wide inserts for this year. It's mostly because I really wanted tabs. And because I just use, that's how I flip to my pages. I flip to the month tab, and I've just found that easier than having a bunch of bookmarks, because I already have other bookmarks for other things in my planner. So I just like tags and tabs. And I do like the ones on here, and it's a very simple, clean planner. And I've already started decorating all the dashboards for the month with stickers, so I'm excited for that during the year. But yeah, we're going to put this down the bottom. I decided to put like the kind of clock faces on the fireworks pattern and have the blue solid one on the bottom with the Happy New Year script, because I thought it'd be easier to read the words if they were on the solid pattern, or not pattern but solid washi. And I am planning a little bit different in this planner because it has all of the lines for the boxes in there, and this is how I used to plan, like back in the day before, when we all used to use live planners and they actually had the boxes properly lined out so you could put all your boxes in and then put your glitter headers down so they were all straight. Then of course I'm sure we've all gotten used to putting glitter headers down first, but I like with this layout I can put all my boxes in, and then including bougie boxes, and then put in my glitter headers. So that's nice. I got all my boxes put through. I decided not to do the double box. I think I did put it down, but I don't know if I've pulled it up yet, sorry. But I decided not to do it because we have the full toolbox on the other side with the Eiffel Tower scene. So I didn't think it was really necessary over there, and then I could use more actual full boxes because there were a bunch that came. I was going to try and get one of the other fashion girls in, but then I would have had 3 fashion girls in 3 days, and that was probably too much. But as it is, I have the couple kissing on New Year's Eve, which I thought would be nice to put there. I know I got a lot of requests for couple kits, and I do want to do them, but it's so hard to do couples because everyone wants them to be specifically them and their partner, and that's a lot of different couples to make. Especially when people are like, you know, different heights and different weights and different hairstyles and all sorts of things. Like, that is clearly not me and my partner. I did choose the brown hair for me, black hair for them, but luck is actually like, they shave their head now, so, and they have a beard, and we're both, you know, but we're a bit fatter than that, so it's not us at all. And I've never really cared about that in planners. Like, I don't need them to be 100% me, but I also don't really, I don't know, I'm fine without couples in my planner, even in romantic spreads, because, you know, I get that it's romantic, and maybe it's just me, but I think just girls are prettier. No offense to the boys out there, but women are just so lovely, and I love drawing women the most, so that's just me. But I'm just putting all the full boxes and stuff on, and I think they come out alright. I'm not 100% on this spread altogether. I feel like I should have just picked a foil bundle and went with it, but like champagne lights, I don't know. So maybe I'll stop bringing in more of this extra stuff. I do like what I do in the top corner here, which is a bunch of the fireworks behind the month. I think that looks really cool. Just like a fun sidebar stuff there. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't want to bring in these little bits and pieces so much and just stick with normal foil. We will see. Because I don't know, maybe it detracts from the art. I flip-flop on full box overlays. I mean, I use them most of the time, but then I'm also like, I don't like the way it looks over the art. So I'm still deciding, you know, it's a new plan, a new year. We could always like change up how we do stuff, which is the fun of it all. So we will see how it goes. This was before I did my January monthly, which I think you've already seen, yeah. But obviously I've done it since then. But just for my monthly spreads, I've just washi taped in a piece of notepad paper to write down anything that's happening in the month ahead of time. So when I go to plan the month, each month, it's easy. Because I was using post-it notes last year, and I made all of this like on the actual days, but post-it notes always leave a residue, especially if they're there for a long time. So I think washi taping a piece of notepad paper to the top bar, like over the month, which I'm definitely covering, is a really good alternative. And I just put the dates 1 through 31 or less, and I just write next to each number like what I want to put on that day. And then I don't get any like gross sticky stuff that's covered in fluff in my plan with bees for my monthlies. So that's a little tip there if you want to like pre-plan some stuff in your monthlies. So the sidebar, I just put one of my typical ones, Happy Teeth. And then I was trying to like do a lot of art this week, but when I got back into it, it was so tiring that I was really only drawing like one thing a day at the start. So I'm still getting back into the swing of things, so I only got my shop set done. I wasn't actually going to release anything for the shop in January, and this is probably the only release I will do for this month, which is the Bridgerton-based artwork, but then they released that Bridgerton would be out on March 25th. And February is just too late to release that art, in my opinion. You need to give people more time to like make stuff, print stuff, ship things out, get it to them. So I pushed up the Bridgerton set, which I don't watch, and I'm not interested in watching it, to be honest. But I might get a kit for it just because I can treat it as more just a Regency kit, maybe. And just ignore the characters, but we will see. I really like the colors. They make me think of the old EC colors for April, the purple and teal, so that would be nice. But I should start talking about the day by day, because we have some stuff, especially the weekend, so I should probably talk about that ahead of time, because it probably ends up pretty fast by then. If I have stories about the weekend, I always run out of time. But Monday, I just put in Coffee Monday, and I'm trying to bring in a lot of Papershire New Year's Eve stickers because they match the kit, because I made the kit to match them, like the art set. And I thought it was cute to have like a bottle of champagne as a Coffee Monday. And I did some filming this week, getting Plow With Me's and stuff done. And we were watching Station 11. We caught up with it on Monday. Then I just ordered we got lunch from Victoria Bakery, which is like a Spanish bakery here. And she used this really cute pastry sticker from Paper Milk. Did laundry, And then this week we were watching Killing Eve and The Haunting of Hill House, which I really, really enjoy it, but horror really messes with my mind and my sleep, and I don't sleep well. Apparently this week I was sleep talking, which when my sleep gets disordered, I get weird stuff like sleep talking. And apparently when I first met Luck, I used to have night terrors where you're asleep but you're like screaming out loud, and apparently my dad was like, yeah, you did that a lot growing up. I also remember sleepwalking once when I was a kid. So and a lot of it is to do with like watching horror. It really disorders my brain. It's too much. This was the second time I watched Hill House, and yeah, I love it, but it's way too scary for me. So apparently one of the mornings, Heidi jumped up on the bed, and apparently I said while asleep, like, get away from me, you're not my cat. And then Heidi just left. I feel so mean that I did that, but well. Heidi knows I love her. And then Tuesday, it was payday, drawing, grocery delivery, more filming. I put on my special New Year's Eve nails that you're seeing here, and I thought they went with from Dashing Diva, and I thought they went with the kit perfectly. And if you've never had Dashing Diva nail stickers before and you want to get some, I do have a referral link in the description, so you get some money off, and then I get some points in return. And just marking Killing Eve and Hill House again. I think this week we watched 2 seasons of Killing Eve. I know Luck had already watched it when they were here and I was in Australia. So we've been forcing each other to watch each other's shows. But I've been really enjoying Killing Eve, and we just started season 3. So I actually left, I think that's the only time I did the white space was on Tuesday, but I just felt like with black scripts on Bougie, you don't really need a box underneath, to be honest. And maybe I will try that more in the future. On the Wednesday, my plan with me went up for Christmas week. I did some more drawing, and we started playing this game called Boyfriend Dungeon. It was really fun. Part of the game is that you are fighting in dungeons, and in the dungeons it's like at the mall and stuff, and the things that you fight represent your fears. And you use a sword to fight. And then the boyfriend part is that you're trying to get date and flirt with people, and you meet people who can turn into swords whom you can use to fight in the dungeons, and you can date them. And it's very silly. And so we play it together. By Luck plays the dungeon parts and I play the dating part. And it's very funny because they're always cringing at the super over the top sexy flirting that I like to choose. But when you play these kind of games, those are the options you should pick. The over the top crazy sexy flirty responses, because it's hilarious. And then we got McDonald's or Macca's that day and watched Killing Eve and Hill House again. And then I just put at the end of the day Become Couch, which is a script from Ice Cream Joe, because he didn't do much else that day. It was a very slow day. Honestly, it was still very much a slow week. We're slowly getting back into things. I didn't actually have Become Couch pulled. I just had this blank space to use up on the page, so I went in. That little break there was me getting the stickers for Become Couch. And then on Thursday, did more drawing. We got Fat Ramen. More Killing Eve, more Hill House. I think that's the day we finished Haunting of Hill House. And then I put in binge watch YouTube. And then another Ice Cream Joe script, Doing the Least. Because once again, I didn't do much. Just hanging around. So what I'm really here to talk about and plan this week is New Year's Eve on Friday. Of course, my January monthly went up that day. And I also finished drawing did the listings and uploaded my new release of the Bridgerton art called Viscount. So if you're interested in that art, go check it out. And that day we decided to make a cheesecake. We did a no-bake cheesecake because my mom had sent me this gift, like goodie bag, goodie gift box, whatever. You know, the things that have lots of snacks in them that people give as gifts. Anyway, it had a pack of Oreos in it, and we don't really like Oreos, to be honest. There's a lot better things in the biscuit world. But we had this pack of Oreos. I'm like, what about we can use it as a base for a cheesecake? So I made the Oreo base, and we got some Philadelphia cream cheese. And I just thought I wanted to make it sort of simple. So to go with the Oreo base. So I put chocolate chips in it, milk chocolate chips. And we mixed up the cream cheese with vanilla, whipped cream, and sour cream, and a little bit of powdered sugar, but not too much. And it was actually a really good mix. Put that in the fridge, and it was really yum. Not too sweet, and really tasty, and not too cheesy either. So that we made that cheesecake that day, and then we watched the Big Fat Quiz Show 2021. I don't say 2021. No, 2021. Big Fat Quiz Show, if you don't know it, is like a hilarious yearly quiz show that is played in, it's a Channel 4 in Britain, or is it BBC? I think it's Channel 4. But it's like a bunch of comedians, and they answer quizzes, and it's a quiz about the year and like the news and memes and things like that. So we always watch Big Fat Quiz Show every year. I love it. So we watched that because it came up on YouTube. That's how we watch it. And then for dinner we ordered Detroit pizza, which is like Detroit style pizza. So yum. And we drank gin and grapefruit soda. So it's grapefruit soft drink with gin, which is basically in Finland it's a lonkero or a tentacle. It's a certain kind of drink. And that night, the Yle, which is like the Finnish BBC or ABC, like, you know, the public broadcasting, they put on a concert, and it was to broadcast for New Year's Eve, and because of obviously COVID and stuff, and they were going to have like a live audience too in the arena, but they decided against that because of Omicron. But the artist still played to an empty theater, but that's alright. It was still really good, and I watched it because one of the bands was Blind Channel, and I didn't actually realize, so I got really into them the last year after I saw them play at Eurovision, and I didn't realize they were playing for the Midnight Countdown, which was really fun. So they played a few different songs, like a whole set, as did two other groups, Bam and Erica Villman, I think. I like Erica too, but I'd never heard of Bam, but she's like the Adele of Finland, I think. So she wasn't bad either. But then Blind Channel were the last in the set, and they did a few of the songs, a few of my favorite songs, which was awesome. And then they did the countdown to midnight during their Eurovision song called Dark Side, which they did the countdown in the middle of the song, like paused the song, and then as it went to 1 and then 0, they did they restarted the song at midnight with the lyrics, "Put your middle fingers up, take a shot." Because that's what the song is. It's about putting your middle finger up because you're angry at the state of the world, you know? Which is really what the song's about. So I thought that was hilarious. What a way to bring in the new year, to put your middle finger up at it. And the guitarist had 2023 taped onto the back of his guitar, which he showed off. So I guess like we're riding off 2022 here as well. So 2023 will be our year, people. And then afterward, once that finished at midnight, they did a DJ set, so you could continue the party. And we were really tired, but I really wanted to watch this DJ set, so I did watch the whole thing. And the DJ was called Windows 95 Man, and He was wearing like short shorts, like jorts that was super high, a t-shirt that had Windows 95 logo, had a mullet, had a big furry jacket, and he had a dancer with him who was dressed as Clippy, you know, the office programs, little friendly Clippy guy, office assistant. So he was dancing on stage, and he was playing all of these hilarious, like it started with Darude Sandstorm, which, you know, it's a big 2000s meme song, but it's also a Finnish song. And just hilarious like meme music, which was great, and like older dance music, which was fun. So I really enjoyed that. So that was New Year's Eve, and you can see why I had to do all this talking, because I'm still working on the stickers. I took a long time to do the weekend because I was just trying to get everything right, and I cut up a lot of stickers, so this sticker that you see me cut up right now will not last. Oh dear. Oh well, you'll see how I figure it out. It turns out cute in the end. But it was a good night. You know, it was chill, just on the couch in my PJs, drinking gin, eating pizza, and watching this very silly concert. They did also have like a skit that was going through it, but it was all in Finnish, so we didn't really know what was happening. We just went with the flow, you know. And then on Saturday, I marked that it was New Year's Day, because obviously I didn't put in New Year's Eve, like a label, but I wanted room to like put everything that I wanted to put in. So I put in New Year's Day, and I put one of those sticker guru like pretty dividers underneath it. I don't know, just thought I had the room, so I put it in there. It looks pretty because it's, you know, the first day of the year. And I just marked that we slept in. Well, I slept in till like 11. And then we watched News Station 11 episodes. Then we had mac and cheese. So it's actually like pretty much the whole time that I've known Log, which is like 15 years, and also years before that. My like New Year's Eve tradition was to have mac and cheese, but we decided to have pizza instead. So New Year's Day, we're like, let's have mac and cheese, because, you know, it's the tradition. So yeah, so we had mac and cheese, and then something came over me, and I just cleaned the whole kitchen, just like scrubbing it all down because it's so messy, and I already have to clean it again because kitchens are impossible. You're like, yeah, it's clean enough to cook again, and then you cook, and it's still dirty again. Even if you like try and clean up when you're going through it, it's still dirty. Why are kitchens like this? They're so tiring. And then I got Andrea of Scribble Prints Co to try out the show Happy Endings, which is one of my all-time favorite shows. If you like Friends and New Girl, you should check out Happy Endings. It's on like all the streaming in America, like Hulu and everything. I think it's like on Hulu, HBO, and Netflix in America, but I don't count me on that one. But I can't get in anything. I'm watching my old copies of it. Just don't dub me in. But it's not available in this country. But it's just 3 seasons, and it's like a group of friends in Chicago, and they're freaking awesome. And it's hilarious, and there is no live studio audience, which is nice. No like laughing track. But because I got Andrea watching it, Andrea and Nick, I wanted to watch some episodes too, so we watched a couple. And then I started my first book of the new year. So I actually haven't been like, I read books pretty much exclusively on audiobook now, because I find it so much easier to listen to a book, especially when I'm like in bed at night, which is my prime reading time. And it just worked for me last year. I got my 10 book challenge done on Goodreads, but then I like kind of took a break from reading because I wasn't sure what I wanted to read next, and I'd already done my 10 books, and I didn't really want to I decided to do 10 books again this year, and I didn't want to impede in that new challenge. So I waited. But I decided, I actually got with the credit the new Mel Brooks autobiography, All About Me. And I love Mel Brooks. I love his films. They're hilarious. I love all of them. And this is like about his life in show business, so I thought, it could be nice light reading. I like to read the occasional autobiography, so I chose Mel Brooks this year, and I started that this night, and I'm using a little Papershire bunny that has headphones on and lying on a pillow, which is actually a digital freebie on her Facebook, and I asked Andrea to like print some for me as stickers, and because they are perfect for marking audiobook and how I listen to them, which is in bed. So it looks like perfectly like me reading, like listening to my book. And the best thing about the Audible book, especially for autobiographies, is they're usually read by the person. So this one's read by Mel Brooks, and he's hilarious. He does all the singing, because there's a few songs in there. And it's so funny. And, about his childhood, growing up in the Depression in Brooklyn, and then being in the war, and then his Sid Caesar days. That's as far as I've gotten, but some pretty hilarious stories, like how he robbed his friend twice, and purely because the reason, like, the first time they were in an alleyway that was quiet, and he was like, this is the perfect place to rob someone, so he just robbed his friend, and he didn't return his stuff until a week later. And then the second time, which freaking broke me, they were paddling on a boat in Central Park on the lake, and they went under the bridge, and he's like, this is the perfect place to rob someone. And I'm like, don't, Mel. And he robbed his friend again and made him get out of the boat, and his friend waded from out of the lake onto the side, and he didn't give his stuff back till 2 days later. I'm like, Mel, you're insane. But oh my god, it was so funny. So if you want a funny audiobook and you love Mel Brooks, I highly recommend. And then Sunday we made ramen, like just a packet ramen. I like Nissan chicken ramen, which has like the cute little kid on it. And then we started watching Killing Eve. I think we finished Killing Eve season 2 this day. And then Luke and I just spent like an hour putting together the budget. So if you saw my 2022 stack, you know that I'm bringing in a budget planner, which I might film February, but I decided just to do January by myself to try it out, and Luck and I are going to do this budget together. So we're getting, I literally know nothing about their finances, so it's kind of good to like find out. So we just spend the hour like getting everything we pay for, all the bills, all the subscriptions, all of that listed out. So now we're ready. So it's all getting ready to budget. So that was all done. And then we baked banana muffins because we had some bananas that were going bad. And it was muffins because we got rid of our old loaf tin because it was a silicone one, and our old dishwasher made it had a smell and taste disgusting, and I just wouldn't leave the silicone. So I'm like, I'm gonna get rid of all of the silicone stuff and just stick with metal tins, but we haven't gotten a loaf tin yet. So we just made muffins instead, and they were really tasty. And then we felt like Indians, so we got Canterbury, and I got butter chicken as per usual. And then I did some planning, just setting up my daily planner and stuff, which started on the 1st of Jan. Again, in my 2022 stack, you'll see that. And then I actually cleaned up my desk that's in Locke's office because it's been dirty and I haven't set it up. So I cleaned that up and set up my gaming laptop, and I played an hour or so of 2 Point Hospital, which is one of my favorite games. It's a spiritual successor to Theme Hospital and has 2 of the original creators from that, so love 2 Point Hospital. And I was just playing that, and now Luck and I can sit side to side in their office, and I can play my games on my laptop. I just have an Alienware gaming laptop, which I invested a lot of money in, so I want to play it. So I was playing 2 Point Hospital. But that was the last week of December of 2021 and the first few days of 2022. And if you like this, plan with me in the spread. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what you thought. I hope you had a wonderful New Year's that was safe. And let me know what you got up to. Did you just stay home and watch TV too? let me know. But otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful new year and it treats you well and you keep healthy and safe, and everyone that you know as well. But otherwise, I'll see you next time. I love you. Bye.